All right, looks like we got people showing up. Lots of people. All right, so this is our little optional low-key session right now. Matt's going to talk about his Handshake Tarot NFT project. I won't take up too much of his time, but so you can go ahead and take it away, Matt.
Thanks, Fistful. Thanks, everybody, and for all the organizers and everybody tuning in for a little intermission halftime show here. I just wanted to talk about the Handshake Tarot, which is a project that I've been working on for the past couple months, and it's live now. Basically, what it is it's 22 Handshake domain names. And what I've done is I've drawn the major arcana of a deck of tarot cards using text records, and put the artwork on the blockchain as text records for each of these 22 domains. It takes up exactly 512 bytes per domain. That's the maximum amount of data you're allowed to store per name. They're of course not color on chain. You can kind of see how they actually look. There's some extra escape slashes in there. They're black and white, obviously, but I've also colorized them and designed a cool font for the website and also for the color prints, which I'll get to in a second. But yeah, so basically, it's the ASCII art tarot cards, and they're all on chain. And I've been a student of the tarot for many years, and I find it a very interesting kind of spiritual enterprise. And I talk a little bit about how I feel about tarot specifically on this website here, HTTPS, the Handshake Tarot. Nerdy details are very fun. I try to make the tarot deck a complete set. First of all, one of the most amazing things about this project is I won 22 handshake auctions with 0 other bids. There were no snipers. I managed to win all 22 of these auctions. I had a vanity address that ended in the word tarot. There's a Shake Dex address that also ends in the word tarot. More on that later. Each of the transactions were batched. So the open, the bid, the reveal, the register, the transfer, and the finalize to the Shake Dex address. Each of these transactions contains all 22 of the tarot card names in order. So they're a set, they're a family, What I really wanted to do was actually solo mine a block to generate the initial HNS to the vanity tarot address, so that the tarot card the tarot deck would just come out of the blockchain spontaneously. But after 2 months and my low hash rate, that did not actually come to pass. There's a very limited palette. You don't have that many characters to do ASCII art in text records. The colors you see on the website and the color prints are pulled from the Genesis block hash. This is the hash of the Handshake Genesis block. I cut it up into 6 hexadecimal characters and made those into RGB codes. So my color palette came from the Handshake blockchain as well. I talk a little bit about it and gave credit to my predecessors and stuff in here too. So I also set up a custom name server at card.thehandshake tarot. So the Handshake Tarot is just a handshake domain name that I own, and I put this website up there. And I have a subdomain card.thehandshake tarot. And there's a special name server there that has 22 CNAME records, meaning redirect records. And every time you request card.thehandshake tarot, you get one of those randomly. Meaning that if you dig card.thehandshake tarot txt, you will get a random card, like drawing a tarot card from a deck of tarot cards. You can do a little tarot card reading right off the blockchain. Because there's these extra escape slashes, the commands are kind of messy, but I made these little easy copy buttons here, depending on what you've got. If you have fingertip installed, you can click this top one. Let's try it. So I'll copy command, go to my terminal here. Hope everyone can see this. Paste it, and it plays this little game where it kind of goes through the cards randomly for a little bit until it stops on one. And let's see, the star. Oh, very interesting. Okay, the stars. There's a naked woman by the river. She's pouring her wine directly into the river. She's influencing life. It's an action card. You can also use Bob Wallet. You can also use if you don't even have Handshake going on your computer yet, I'm sure you will soon. You can also use my HTTPS Easy Handshake DNS resolver, and that works just as easily too. This time I got the moon. Okay, very interesting. So you can go back to the Handshake site and see. And all this, by the way, the whole tour of the project is on. I made a YouTube video here where you can see how it's done. I also illustrate how to see the names in Bob Wallet and how to participate in the Shake Dex auctions if you've never done one before. So the auctions are the exciting thing. That's what's happening now. So the 22 handshake names are all on Shake Dex now. And I think as of about 40 minutes ago, all 22 names are live. I think, is it past UTC yet? They were released in groups of 3, releasing every 6 hours. The prices start at 100,000 HNS for each of the domain names, and those prices drop every 6 hours for the next 6 days. And you can see how the prices drop here according to this schedule. It's not the usual Shake Dex reduction strategy. It's a little bit different. So these auctions are all live, and I hope that people are interested in it. They're basically NFTs. It's art NFTs, and it's not the kind of art NFT where like it's just a link to a JPEG on Imager or something that can be rug pulled from you. The art is there on chain. If you buy one of these, you can delete the art. I mean, I kind of hope you don't. You can change it though, and maybe that's kind of part of it, that it's alive and people sort of tweak it a little bit. It'd be sort of interesting to see how that happens as it develops. And so we can take a look at one of these. Let's look at the Magician. This card reminds me of a friend of mine. You can view it on Naemi. Stefan was very awesome to include my font and create a special portfolio on Naemi for the Handshake Tarot, so they look awesome on Naemi. And you can also scroll down here and view it on ShakeDex. Let's view this one on ShakeDex. This one still has not been purchased yet. The current price has dropped from 100,000 HNS down to 23,000 HNS. A reminder, at least 50% of the proceeds from the Handshake Tarot will go to the Handshake Development Fund, with the express mission of getting creative content on Handshake is what I want to see. And maybe we can include this in bounties for the Handshake race, website race, which I'm about to talk about. This says it ends in a day. That's actually not correct. These auctions are going to go a little bit longer. More on that later. But anyway, so, you know, as Kurumi Mari said in their recording, you can click fulfill auction. It'll open a Bob wallet. You can fulfill the auction in Bob wallet. You can also do the same thing here. I have the same function on my own site, open in Bob wallet. If you click that, it'll ask you to open a Bob wallet. I'm not going to do that live. Or you can also download the auction file here. So these auctions are all live now, and let's see if any have been purchased yet. They're all still in the bidding phase. I've kind of owned the top 22 slots here on ShakeDex, but you can see the prices are starting at 100,000. Some of them have dropped quite a bit already. Next price drop is in about 5 hours. And then what you really get, so okay, NFTs, you buy a JPEG, what's a big deal? It's not really, you know, to make it extra cool, I will mail you a color print. I have the Wheel of Fortune here, printed and framed. Maybe for this one card in particular, if you win this one, I will actually send you the frame too, because it's a nice frame. I will only print one copy of each of these. So there will only ever be 22 color prints, one for each of the tarot cards. And I will ship it to you if you send me your shipping address, you being the winner of the ShakeDex auction. And you just have to sign a message with your name, which is something you can do in Bob Wallet. So after you use Bob Wallet to win one of the Handshake Tarot cards with a ShakeDex auction, come back to the website, do a signed message with name, and send me a signed message with your shipping address and whatever else you want to say. And I will verify the signature. And if it verifies, then I know that you own that name, and I will send you a color print, and you'll be the only one to have it. If you win the name and you want to transfer it to someone else, people can keep transferring it and transferring it and transferring it. I will only send one color print. So you can win it for your own wallet and then transfer it to your friend, and then they can come to here and sign the message with their shipping address, and they'll get the print. Okay, so that's it. You know, it's an art project. It shows what we can do with Handshake. It uses a lot of interesting tricks like vanity addresses and batch transactions and ShakeDex and a custom name server with random CNAME records. You know, it actually puts artwork on chain. It kind of just adds this extra kind of use case to Handshake. That's it. I guess I'll look at the questions real quick, and then I'm going to try to end a little bit early so we can take a quick break before my next talk. How do you see the project evolving as broader adoption of HNS comes about? Let's see what the next is. How will the IP rights to the design be delegated? Oh, how will the IP rights to the design be delegated? I don't know. I guess I'll have to. I hadn't thought about that. I just is that something that NFT owners, the NFT creators do? I guess they sell the intellectual property. I don't know. I guess I'll have to think about that. How do I see the project evolving? Like I said, maybe people will edit the cards. Maybe some people will forget to renew their tarot cards after 2 years. The whole thing will fall apart. I will try to keep my name server running as long as I can. So even as after people own different cards, they will still come up in those random drawings when people try to draw a card using those special commands. Okay. I'm looking at the chat real quick. I'm seeing some good feedback here, so that's cool. Don't forget, it's all, all the funds go to the development fund, because I want to try to get more websites on Handshake and some more creative stuff going. So I guess if there are no, one more question just popped up. In the near future, if I own one of these cards, will I manage SLDs? Okay, so this is a great question. So I used all 512 bytes for each of these names. Every Handshake domain name only gets 512 bytes in the root zone for DNS records. I use those all for the ASCII art, which means if you want subdomains on one of these, you will need to remove part of the artwork to add an NS record, delegate to a name server, and have subdomains there. So you can't really use these for DNS without destroying the artwork. But if you own one of the names, nobody can stop you. It's a permissionless blockchain. So have you thought about doing an IPFS site to maintain this site online forever? I don't know, maybe. The artwork is on the blockchain. That's the important thing. And I have everything backed up on my computer. I can ship the color prints. They don't need to be on IPFS. Okay. So will there be an opportunity to request custom design options? I don't think so. Some people have asked me sort of in private if I will sell other prints or something like that, or maybe allow people who own people who win the ShakeDex auctions to sell prints or do something else. I guess that kind of goes back to the intellectual property question. I don't know. We'll see how it evolves. I mean, so far nobody has bought one of these auctions. They might all flop. I have no idea what's going to happen, but maybe people who win these cards, we can start a Discord channel or something like that and sort of discuss what we as a little sub community want to do. I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
Penis. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of nudity.
Sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Go ahead.
We gotta move on to your next session in 5 minutes. I just want to prep for that.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to this optional speaker session. If you need any support using Bob Wallet or anything, or using ShakeDex or something like that, just hop into the HNS Fund Discord. You can find it on our Twitter page, and yeah, we'll give you all the support you need so you can participate in this novel NFT project. All right, we're gonna end it here.
Thank you for your time.
Kinetic is a blockchain crypto investment firm based in Hong Kong and Puerto Rico. Founded in 2016, they were the first fund in Hong Kong and one of the earliest in Asia. With a portfolio of over 220 companies, they were seed investors in such projects as Ethereum, Parity and Polkadot, Solana, FTX, and of course Handshake and Namebase. Founder Johan Chu is an active investor and supporter of the Handshake ecosystem. Over 100,000 domains, co-founder of DWeb Foundation, co-founder of HandyCon, and sponsor of the Handshake House at Miami Hack Week 2022.